Hi everyone, in this video I am going to show how to download and install Microsoft SQL Server and SQL Server Management Studio. Before going to the video, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and click on the bell icon to get more updates from my side. Let me open Google Chrome and search here for Microsoft SQL Server and click on the particular link SQL Server downloads. Scroll down. Here we can see two editions, one is developer edition and one is express edition. In developer edition we can get full featured edition, and in express edition we can get only a limited edition. Developer edition is used for development and test databases in non-production environment. I am going with developer edition. Click on download now. The file completes here, download completes here, and click on open. Here you can see three installation type: basic, custom, download media. If you go through basic, it will download automatically with the default configuration. If you select custom, custom installation type to install through the SQL Server installation wizard, what you want to, you can choose what you want to install. If you choose download media, it will download a setup file. I am going through download media. Click on the download media. It will show language and file, ISO file and CAB file. ISO file is uncompressed file and it is a disk file, image disk file. CAB file is a compressed file. If you download CAB file, you need to extract again. And this is the selected download location. If you want to change, click on the browser and you can change. I am going with a default location and I am clicking on download. The downloads begin. I will provide the link in the description. You can go through the link also. It will take a few minutes to download. The file size is 1.1 GB. Now the download is successful. Click on the open folder. And this is the setup file, and double click on it. You can go through the setup file. Here click on the setup file. The setup file is in progress. Now go to the installation. Click on the new SQL Server standalone installation. Here the edition. If you can choose anyone. Go through with the developer edition and click on next. Click on I accept the license and click on next. And click on next. Now it's scanning. If you have any updates, checking for updates. Click on next. The installation rules, it is all passed. Click on next. Click on next. Now here I am selecting database engine services. Here future selection. I am going through database engine services. If you want, you can choose. You can choose to install what you want here. SQL Server replication, analysis service. If you want, you can select and click on next. This is the root directory. The files will where you want to download. This is automatically by default. This location will take by the SQL Server. And click on next. you need to give a name to your instance, SQL server instance. If you want default with, if you want to go with default, you can go. If you want named instance, you need to give your own name here. I'm giving my channel name and click on next. Okay, sorry. Click on next. You can choose is a SQL Server agent, SQL Server database engine, SQL Server browser. If you want startup type, if you select automatic, it will. If you when you are open when you can open SSMS, it will automatic, the SQL Server agent will automatically starts. Now click on next. Here you can see Windows authentication mode and mixed authentication mode. In mixed authentication mode, you can log in with SQL Server authentication as well as Windows Server authentication. I will do a separate video on authentication modes. What is Windows authentication, what is SQL Server authentication. I am going with Windows authentication mode. And if, here you need to add a user. If you click on add current user, the user automatically pick it up and click on next. And these are the installation summary, and this is the file location where the SQL server installs, and click on install. I just skipped as an installation process. Now installation is completed. Click on OK. Now close this window. If you want to download SSMS SQL Server Management Studio, you can go through here the link install SQL Server Management Studio, or otherwise you can go through Google Chrome browser and search for SQL Server Management Studio and click on the particular link download SQL Server Management Studio, and here is the link for to download. Click on this link, free download for SQL Server Management Studio. This file have 629 MB. Now the setup file download is completed. Now click on open, show in folder, double click on it. This is the location. It will take a default location. I am going through with default location and click on install. Now the setup completed. Click on close, and now open SSMS. Click on Windows or go to start button and type here for SSMS. Now open SSMS. This is a SQL Server Management Studio. the SQL Server Management Studio. This is server name, server type, and authentication. We have many authentication modes. I'm going with Windows authentication. I'm just clicking on connect. This is the SSMS SQL Server wizard, and here now this is the databases, system database. These are the system databases. There is no there is no user databases. If we need to create a user database, this is the system databases. This is the default system databases. I'll do video on the separate video on system databases. Now we can create a user database. Now click on new query. Now create database name. I am giving and semicolon and click on execute, or press F5 key on the keyboard. I'm just clicking on execute. Now the database is created, and click here and refresh it. If you see here, the database user database is created. This is the SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, thank you for watching.